Hello, welcome back to Shit They Don't Tell You. I'm Nikki Limo, and this is my co-host / husband, Steve Green. That is what everyone calls him. They don't call him anything else.
I'm waving right now. And you guys know in your hearts what you call me, so that's all that matters.
What do they call you?
They just said it out loud. Good for you guys.
I thought you said it's in their hearts.
Way to stick it with the movement.
The movement?
Yeah.
It's a movement? Your name has to be a movement?
It's a brand.
All right, well, we have some more questions that have been submitted to the podcast email. And if you don't know what that is, it's podcast@nikki.limo. It's just like my name, but there's like a dot in between. Pretty tight. Pretty sick. It's what the people call me. It's Nikki Limo.
Nikki.limo? That's good branding.
Nikki.limo.
Yeah, Nikki.limo. It's a good nickname.
Better than .org.
True. Way to burn those fucks.
Yeah.
Good job.
Fucking Nikki.org burned.
Ah, stupid.
But just a reminder, we are not experts on any of the questions you are submitting. We just hope to shed some light on some shit they may not have told you that we wish they would have.
I am a cryptocurrency expert, though. I will say that.
When it's up, you do feel that way.
I do.
Yeah.
When it's down, I'm still a cryptocurrency expert. But,
oh, really?
But I take my sign off my window.
You're like, lunch break.
Yeah, closed.
Currently on
closed.
lunch. All right. So the first question, and I'm going to try to not pick too many relationship questions, so we'll try to start with a different subject matter. I know a lot of the questions that get submitted are relationship questions, but this one is how to train memory. Hey, Nikki and Steve. Recently, I've been enjoying listening to your podcast. You are so funny and smart, and you always make my day. Thanks, Nikki and Steve. Oh my God, you're so sweet.
Oh, we love you. Thank you.
We love you.
Sounds like we are experts at something.
Being super funny and
nice
super
and affable.
fucking smart.
Yeah.
So I am quite young, 26 years old. Okay, brag about it.
Wow, you're not that young. Okay, I think you're old.
You're like in your late 20s.
What do you think of that? Fucking old.
Okay, so I'm quite young, and I'm already forgetful. I attribute this to low self-esteem and always feeling dumb around people. This makes it a bit harder for me to learn new things since I always think about how I would use that new information and if I would embarrass myself. Pretty sad. So I would like to ask you guys if you have any tips on how I can train my memory and get rid of the feeling that people are better than me and the information on any topic they possess is more valuable than what I know. I love you, Hyana.
Memory is such an interesting thing to have lack of confidence about.
Yeah, that is. I don't think I've ever quite heard this particular.
You're very unique
question.
Out there.
You are. I feel like in my head they're separate things.
I do too.
Because Steve sucks at memory, like fucking sucks at it. Can't remember how to get places. Can't remember our address. Can't remember people's names.
I don't know where I am.
Can't remember a lot of things. It's surprising that he remembers who his wife is because I don't know.
When you wear glasses,
it must be sent. But I don't think you're dumber. I don't think you're dumb when you can't.
It's quite the list.
When you can't remember things.
But nobody in the world, and you know this, pays more attention to people than I do. And
you're gonna, exactly.
And remembering things about people too.
Yes.
So I'm good at that.
Right, if they stand out, because some people you just full on don't even remember that you met them ever.
Well, that's different. Because we probably didn't have a deep conversation or anything. Yeah. It was probably just very.
And by the way, I do the same thing. I'm just fucking busting your balls.
I love it.
But no, I am more in charge of reminding him who people are and who we've talked to before and what we know them from.
And I'm not better than anybody. I just genuinely don't remember these things.
And it doesn't mean you don't find them important. I think that sometimes people get offended that you don't remember them. But I don't think that it's because you didn't think they were important. I think it's just we do meet a lot of people in
also in the industry.
The industry, yeah.
It's just a lot of people out there. But
and there's also people that watch your videos and they think they have a personal connection to you and they think that because they know you so well that you must know them upon first
meeting. And they do know me very well if they've watched my stuff. So that's and I love it. So I don't yeah, it just sucks if they feel offended because I don't remember them for something. Yeah. But I just have a notoriously horrible memory at that.
Right.
But so for you, I think that maybe your memory issue is maybe what we're talking about here, where like you can not remember things about people or something, and that can make you feel like you're distant from people. It's hard to know without having this person here to talk to.
Totally. I mean, in general, if you want to improve memory, there are different exercises and like brain games you can do. I know it doesn't sound sexy, but there are different apps that you can train memory. You can learn to remember things better. It's mostly to do with a visual connection to things.
Or word association.
Yeah,
That works
exactly.
for me really well. I to this day know every single capital of every South American country because of a word association
crazy.
thing. Yeah, I know. That I did. I was probably 15 years old when we did that in my Spanish class.
But yet this guy that loves your work and everything you do, and you've met him 8 times.
No idea who he is. No clue.
He's like, I'm your lawyer.
I'm like, that actually did happen.
I know. I just remembered that. That's what came to mind.
That was horrible.
He's like, I don't fucking know.
He's like, I'm actually your lawyer. And I was like, oh my fucking God.
That was classic.
Thankfully,
That was really
haven't
funny.
needed to have a lawyer very much. Thank you.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
That's
Knock
awesome.
on wood. Yeah. But so I feel like there's 2 separate things going on. One is this low self-esteem problem, and you think people are better than you. Look at words are easy. When they're not, but then you're also relating it to that they have a better memory, or the things that they know are more important than the things that you know. I can see the second one. I feel like sometimes if I researched something and then someone else is talking about it, I immediately put them on a pedestal, not even knowing anything that they've researched.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I'm like, well, they must know more because they're so confidently speaking about it. And even though I've done a lot of research on it, like maybe I don't know shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
Totally been there before. We actually did a whole episode on imposter syndrome that I think you'd find quite helpful.
It was the last episode. You should definitely listen to that.
Definitely check it out.
Because you sound like a real big imposter. Thank you.
You're probably a fraud, so you should check it out. No, but I really hope it helps you. And yeah, I mean, don't worry. I feel like 26. It doesn't matter what your age is. People are forgetful. I realize.
And you have to remember, you're old, right? 26, you're old.
And you're so old.
Your memory's not going to be as good as when you're sprightly.
You're 4 years away from 30. Actually, less than 4 years, depending on when your birthday was. Like, the farther away you get from it, it's like 3.5 years now, probably.
See, that's what you get for calling yourself young like that. Don't give yourself compliments like that. We will take them from you.
We will take them. Your brain's already been fully developed for like a year.
Yeah, well, you peaked last year.
Freaking roasting Yana.
Nah,
we love you, Yana.
Thank you, Yana.
Yeah, the information that people possess is not more valuable than what you know, but I like that you're on that side of wanting to learn more and understand more than the other side that thinks they know everything.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, hope that helped. Next, I'm an emotional debater too. Anonymous, please.
Aw.
Hi, Nikki and Steve. Love you guys. Love the podcast. Compliments abound, etc. Thank you.
Thank you. Tell your friends thank you.
This isn't a question about a specific scenario. I just wanted to know more about this tension point you previously identified with Nikki being an emotional debater and Steve not being one. Hey, that happened only a couple times.
Well, it's true.
I didn't realize it till it was pointed out, and then I changed my ways. But anyway, for some background, I'm 25. I've had a few serious relationships so far, and I've been with my current boyfriend for about a year. We vibe really well, want a lot of the same things out of our lives right now, and are thriving in co-quarantine. So it's going really well. Awesome. Good for you.
Yeah, that's great. You should call him your current boyfriend, too. You're like, oh, this is my current boyfriend, Adam.
As opposed to my next one or my previous one.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Nonetheless, we run into this shitty scenario once in a while where we'll start off having an interesting conversation that turns into a debate that ultimately slips into this fuzzy territory where he thinks we're still having a fun debate while I find myself emotional/distressed and then ultimately confused by my own reaction. Then our communication quickly unravels and we end up clumsily arguing about how we even got there. It's not ever about anything personal. It honestly is usually over random things like our interpretations of some specific element of a movie or the fate of human life on Earth or something. So it's not so much about the content as it is about the debate style. Okay, actually this I do relate to.
Yeah, this happens to us all the time.
I thought she was talking about making emotional points in a debate.
Okay.
Right? Not the feeling of the actual debating part. Too long didn't read was I want to know more about your experience with emotional versus not emotional debaters in a relationship and how you've worked through those differences to become more in tune with one another. Cheers and stay sane. Weepy debate girl. I think it's honestly due to just wanting to really understand each other.
Yes. I want to have your back. You want to have my back.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
And I mean, it took years to get through those breakthroughs too. So be patient for sure. As long as you both want to have each other's backs and you both are trying to understand each other, I think you'll get there. And not to say that it doesn't still happen sometimes, but we are able to catch it more quickly.
Yeah, we can catch it way quick now.
And we're both aware about our own triggers. So yeah, Steve definitely has fun debating, and
I love it.
He won't even realize when something slips into a debate.
No.
Or when I feel like, I don't want to argue right now.
Right.
And it gets mixed up. Like there's mixed.
It's very stimulating for me, and it's very fun.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean it's fun for the other person. And so I just try to be mindful of, first of all, what her face looks like during it. And I don't know if you guys are watching this show right now on YouTube. Maybe you could check it out. But when I'm debating, quote unquote, Nikki, and it's not fun for her anymore, she'll have a look on her face like, and I'm supposed to pick up on that, right?
Yeah.
But I haven't in the past.
I'm uncomfortable.
I haven't in the past. I have, instead of doing that, I'm just listening to the points being made, and I'm playing with those points, right? Like the toys. And instead of doing that, you have to remember that this is a human being that you're talking to sometimes, and you're not just talking ideas.
Volunteer into a debate room.
Right.
Yeah.
And didn't prep for it.
Yeah.
And maybe didn't just read what I had just read or whatever. It's not fair.
Exactly.
And it's not nice if you're going to, first of all, my idea in a debate is not to beat the other person. It is simply to hear the other person out.
And it's stimulating because you're like, does that match what I've read and what I know? And like, do they know something else that I didn't know? And I get when debate is stimulating.
Yeah.
Because if I come into a debate fully prepared, then I am also stimulated.
Of course.
Because I can't wait to talk about it, especially if it's on a subject matter that I've read a lot about, like where I'm like, I can't believe you read a lot about it too, and I can't wait to discuss things with you, and you have a differing opinion than me, and why is that? And I love that.
Yes.
I don't love when I didn't know I was entering that sort of conversation, and I don't know very much about the subject other than like minor surface things maybe that I heard maybe, and I didn't get to prepare it, and so I haven't formed my opinion yet.
Yeah, and even, dude, I mean, one time me and Nikki got into it because of we were about to move into our new place that we got, and I just wanted to have control over my office. I just wanted my office to be mine. I didn't want Nikki wanted to put a bed in my office.
Oh, we hadn't even put an offer on this place yet.
Yeah. And then we're kind of together and we're visualizing.
Yeah, we're excited about it. We're like, this is definitely the one.
Yeah.
And it is the one. We've lived there for 2 years now, and we love it.
And Nikki is just being playful. This is a time where Nikki was just being playful.
Yeah, true.
And I took it too serious because I felt like I didn't have anywhere in our current apartment at the time. You had an office at the time.
Yeah.
I had the couch in the living room.
Yeah.
So I could dink around and write on my laptop with.
Yeah. Because originally I worked from home and you worked at Maker Studios.
Yes.
So we didn't both work at home.
Right.
Yeah.
So then when I was working from home, it was like I'm the couch writer now.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to have a space of my own to fucking control. That would be my space.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're like, well, we can put a bed in every room, and then when we can have family over for Christmas, and everyone will have a place to stay. And I'm like, I don't want a fucking bed in the room. I want my own room. I want to be able to put a table in there because when me and Mike write, we like to have a table to put a laptop on top of that we can plug into that plugs into a TV or whatever. And I knew that if I had a bed in there, I probably couldn't do that easily. Mm-hmm. So I was like, we got into a fucking huge thing.
Well, and part of this was I saw there's this bonus room area that I'm like, that could be your office. It's more than enough space. You could put a table, you could put a desk, chair, like computer, you could close the doors.
Yep.
And then the other room can be a guest room with a bed in it. It's not in your personal space. And it makes sense because it's an ensuite and there's a laundry room there. Like the laundry would probably bother you if that was your office. And so in my head, it perfectly made sense that this would be your office, was the bonus room, and that the other room could be a full functioning guest room. Right. And I didn't know how you couldn't see it any other way. I didn't get, and at that point I was still being playful, like kind of just envisioning things, and you kind of got like,
dude, I was fucking smacking the ball out of your hands.
Yeah. And it was in front of our real estate broker.
Yeah, a little bit in front of him, but then also when we got in the car, we were fucking it was like I was melting down on it.
Yeah.
Which is, it was really just about me not feeling like I was in control of anything.
Yeah.
Because I had been relegated to a couch for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
But but that we found that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like through the conversation of what was going on, it's like, oh, that's what this is really about.
Right.
It's
What's the
not about-
underlying issue?
Yeah, and you had my back. You wanted to understand what was going on. You weren't just like, you're being fucking stupid. Just put a fucking stupid bed in the room.
Yeah.
We actually found a great solution in the middle where we have a couch in there now that turns into a bed. It's fucking
Yeah.
sick. But yeah, it's just one of those things where because we want to understand each other, we can work through things.
Yeah, exactly. And what is really like important to your relationship? Is it being right in a debate, or is it that you want to have, you make your partner feel validated and safe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And having each other's backs.
Like, because in the end, it wasn't really a big deal that I was like, it isn't really a big deal that that's not a guest room, but it just fits so perfectly in my head that, like, why would you want it any other way?
Right.
And I'm like, well, we don't have, like, guests coming over right now. That was just a future thing. And I also felt like I would sacrifice my office to be a baby's room. And so I was like, well, why can't you sacrifice your office to be a guest room?
Right.
But yeah, it hasn't been a problem at all.
No.
Like, and we've lived there for 2 years now.
Never even came up one time since then.
Yeah. And then there was a time, I remember specifically a most recent time where I feel like we had a big breakthrough was I don't like it during social situations. When I'm in social situations, if it's with close friends, I'm just trying to relax and just like have a good time and not like really get into anything debate worthy.
Yeah.
And it came up in a social situation. I got embarrassed because I just didn't want to be debating, and I was trying to shut it down. The more I was like, I don't want to debate right now, the more you're like, this isn't a debate, it's blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
We were playing a game of coup, and everyone was drunk, and Steve didn't understand the
It's
rules
a board game
and
kind
thought
of
that he beat
card
me
game.
at something. And he didn't beat me at something, but then he needed to know why. I was like, I'll just brush it off because you're drunk. And then he needed to know why he didn't beat me at that thing. And then when I tried to explain it, he was asking me why I cared so much about it.
Yeah.
And I felt very gaslit, but it wasn't your intention.
No, I just
It
really
was-
wanted to understand. But point being is that I wasn't having your back because you were giving me signals of like, hey,
Well-
I don't want to do this in front of friends.
Yeah, well, first you wanted to understand, and then when I tried to explain it, you were like, why are you taking this so seriously?
Right.
And so that's why I was like, well, do you want to know, or do you want to debate? I don't understand.
Right.
Yeah. And then that was when it became a thing. And then we talked about it the next morning. And that's when you thought you slam dunked
Oh my God, that was so sick.
apology.
That was so sick, dude. Next morning, I was like, this chick fucking yelled at me about a board game last night. I'm like, she's going to come down the stairs. She's going to walk in my office and she's going to be like, I'm sorry. I was silly. And so she comes down the stairs and she's standing in the kitchen. I'll never forget this for the rest of my life. I leaned out from my computer chair, like rolled back, looking at her, and I'm like, are you ready to apologize? And her face fucking could have burned a hole through the wall, dude. Like, it was like I just talked to a guy who just spent all night fighting Godzilla. And I asked him, I was like, how was your night? Like, I mean, this
It
chick,
was like the audacity.
she's like, how fucking dare you? And then we fucking went into it about last night. It was great. It was great.
It was an awesome time.
What was great about it is actually through this, I understand you even better. And this happened like, I don't know, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I understand you even better now because we went through that. So all these little squibbles and arguments you have, they can be very productive for your relationship.
Totally. Because I honestly think that is why our relationship gets stronger every year, is not because we're so lovey-dovey all the time and that's like the romantic aspect is what is making it so strong. That's a part of it, but I feel like it's actually during our bad moments, like our worst moments where we got in arguments, the way that we worked through it together is what made it stronger. And the
Yes.
way that we came out the other end understanding each other deeper is what's made it stronger. That I feel like by the time we have kids, like I fully understand him and he fully understands me, and that I could probably just make a face and he'll know what I want.
Yeah, for sure. You
And-
make noises too, and I know what you
That's true.
want. And that's not even a lie, folks.
Or even the way I'll say a word, like a connotation on
Yep.
something, like or not a connotation, but the inflection that I have on something. You're like, oh, I'll leave you alone.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I didn't even say it.
I pay attention.
I said good morning.
So that's what I mean. I forget. Look, I do forget a lot of things.
Yeah.
But not with you, and not with my friends.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure. So what do you think of that? I just like that we're a team.
Yeah.
Like, I'm Michael Jordan, you're Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan couldn't have won those fucking championships without Scottie Pippen.
That's not fair.
No, we're talking about
You gonna be the best?
Scottie Pippen was really good.
Yeah, well, he wasn't the best.
He was fucking
He
number
wasn't
2.
the legend.
Man, it's so cool to be Scottie Pippen. Good for you.
It's like how I'm Batman and you're Robin. You're right. It's just like a team.
I'm not.
It's like you're Robin and you look really good in red, and I'm Batman and I have lots of gadgets and I'm really cool.
Look, I've loved Batman since I was a little kid. Please don't say that I'm Robin.
You're Robin.
Hey, Mark, can we cut that part? Because that makes me look really bad.
I think I understand you pretty well, and I think you're more of a Robin.
Cut that part too, Mark. Thank you. Okay, thanks.
All right. So yeah, just try to understand each other better, and what specific triggers, like notice if you can in the beginning of when that starts to happen, you start dipping there, what exactly happened at that moment that maybe triggered you or him.
Yeah, I'm right. So I think if you use all that, because that helped us so freaking much.
It really did. Okay. This one is from Omar. And it's just titled, I Could Use Some Words of Encouragement. Hey, Nikki and Steve. Thanks for answering my first question for your Ask Us Anything a few months back. I just got dumped by my girlfriend who I've been seeing since February of this year. And it just really sucks because I've never had a functioning relationship before. And I'm crying as I write this, so I keep telling myself don't trip because she's definitely not crying about it. So why should I? I don't know. Can you guys just please give me some good words of encouragement so I can hear them a few months from now when I hear your podcast? Sincerely, your longtime fan, Omar.
First of all, Omar, that was very cynical that you'd think we're not going to get back to you that quickly. Very
How dare
cynical.
you?
How could you? Also, you were right, because if this is in February, I mean, this,
No, he's been seeing her since February.
I
see. This was just sent Sunday, so you'll see this in 2 weeks.
How about that,
now?
Omar? How's that for turning around, Omar? Oh yeah, you try to hate on our show, huh?
Hey, you're trying to get at us?
What do you think
fire
of that?
shots here? Anyway, I'm very sorry for what you're going through. I don't think you should discount your feelings. When you're going through a breakup, you are actually feeling the same feelings that you feel when you going through a loss. You're going through a death, because basically it's the death of a relationship you had with someone that you cared very, very much about. You also tend to, when you're going through a loss, romanticize the moments and forget the bad thing. It's actually a coping mechanism, a biological survival coping mechanism, that we remember the good more than the bad with someone that we've lost, because we don't want to reignite that.
Yeah, well, also you can make it
while you're grieving.
I hate to make this sound silly, but I really do believe this. Like when I got dumped, I came out and told everybody on the internet that love is a cold dead lie told by thieves. Mm-hmm. And that's very funny to me that I got dumped, and so now I'm like, love is what thieves tell people, or whatever. It's a game. It's like a stupid game that I created where I'm like, I'm the guy in the bar who's like, love, never met her. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it became this kind of thing where it's like, I am now this person. I am now this character in the movie or whatever. Like, and it kind of takes you out of your body a little bit and makes everything a little more playful than your reality, which is I just got dumped and it sucks. Mm-hmm. Now it's
just go full into it.
Just go all the way in, man.
If you're gonna be sad boy, go full sad boy.
Yeah, you're like,
go deep dark. I've seen some shit.
I've seen some shit, man.
Yeah.
I was with a woman a month ago, and now I'm not, and my life is different. I'm on a dark ship now. They're like sailing into the abyss or whatever. You can. It's really just about how you look at your situation, man, and you can make it as silly as you want. Because you obviously, I think you probably have a pretty good head on your shoulders. You listen to this program.
Yeah.
You like
already
myself.
ahead of the game.
You like the Iceman, and you like the Iceman.
The icebreaker.
So you're ahead of people.
Breaker 1, 2, 3.
And I just think you're probably a good dude, man. So don't beat yourself up because that chick was a fucking bitch. All right.
We don't know her.
She's a fucking complete bitch.
You stop.
Oh.
Cutting you off. I'm cutting you off right now.
No, don't.
No, it's just okay to honor your feelings. Even if the other person is not feeling the same way as you and not going through the same exact things, that's their path. That's their fucking journey. That's none of your business. You get to do you and live your life and have your emotions that are special to you.
Pretend to be drunk, go outside of her house, and be like, you left all of this. You're never going to get it back.
I did that on our wedding day. I pretended to be so drunk that I married someone I don't think loves me.
Wait, when was this?
It was on our wedding day. I was like, don't do it. Don't it was during the trolley ride.
That's right.
I was shouting out the window telling people not to get married and that I just threw my life away.
That was funny. That was funny.
It was so fucking fun.
It was great. But yeah, man, I mean, I just think that it'd be funny if you showed up outside of her house drunk as fuck, but you're acting drunk. And then you say all that shit. You're like, you'll never get it back. You're never going to see me again. I'll tell you that. You just messed it all up. And then orderly get in your car and drive away. She won't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, don't actually be drunk, though.
No. Yeah, you're acting drunk. And then you very orderly get into your car and drive away. Now that's a fucking story.
Yeah, mind trip the hell out of her.
Yeah, dude.
No, but I hope you are doing better now. Maybe you've eaten enough soup and you've played some Animal Crossing in the 2 weeks that we've ignored your question.
Now that's some chicken soup for the soul. Soup and Animal Crossing.
Wow.
I like that.
That's cute.
What do they call that? What kind of cooking is that? Comfort cooking.
Comfort food?
Comfort food.
Yeah.
There's your comfort foods.
Yeah. And we'll be right back after this break.
Ladies and gentlemen, now is not the time to overpay for razors at the drugstore. Do we agree?
I agree. I don't even want to go to the drugstore.
Same.
Yeah.
And Harry's knows this too. And that's why Harry's will ship directly to you.
Oh, hell yeah.
You ain't even got to sweat it anymore.
I don't have to leave my house.
Nope. You
Good.
can experience the quality of Harry's shave in just a few days from the convenience of your own home. I have used Harry's for years, way before they were a sponsor. I found Harry's at a Target, and I was like, whoa, why am I paying this much for blades? Not even a joke. Like, why?
Why are my blades so expensive?
Why are the competing brands so expensive? Harry's, like, the blade comes with the razor, and they give you, like, a bunch of blades with it. And it's for way cheaper than the other guys.
Yeah.
So I was using them for years. So when Harry's came to us, I was like, oh, yeah, that's easy.
Hell yeah.
Easiest call ever.
Exactly. So you can join the 10 million who have tried Harry's. Claim your special trial offer by going to harrys.com/STDTY. Harry's is just a return to the essential. They got quality, durable blades at fair price. It's just $2 per blade.
$2 a blade. You cannot beat that, man.
And they do that because they cut out the middleman.
Yep. They got their own German blade factory that's been honing precision blades for years.
I love that when people like become masters at a craft.
Me too.
You know, where they're like, we're just going to focus on blades, quality
Precision.
ass blades. And we're going to cut out these middlemen and give the people what they need.
Yep. And they did.
Yeah.
And it's super convenient. The blade refills are delivered directly to your front door. You don't have to worry about it. You can do it on a schedule or without a subscription.
And there's 100% quality guarantee. So if you don't love your shave, you can let them know and they'll give you a full refund.
Also, 1% of the proceeds are set aside for nonprofit organizations devoted to helping provide better access to healthcare for men.
That's nice. So so you can claim your free trial. Go to harrys.com/STDTY.
That's harrys.com/STDTY. I've been doing it for years. Now you can do it with a discount code.
By the way, when you go there, you'll get a weighted ergonomic handle for a firm grip, a 5-blade razor with a lubricating strip and trimmer blade, rich lathering shave gel with aloe to keep your skin hydrated, and a travel blade cover to keep your razor dry and easy to grab on the go for whenever we do get to travel.
So go to harrys.com/STDTY for a better quality shave today. You go do it now.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed your comfort food. We are on to the next question.
I'm having fun today, by the way, Nikki.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Are you having fun?
Good for you, Steve.
Thanks.
Some people aren't having fun.
Well, I'm having fun at least.
I'm having fun too, but some people aren't. Some people probably exited the video because they're just not having fun. And it has nothing to do with us. I'm not taking it personally, but they're just not having fun.
They're just not fun people. That's why.
Maybe they'll get there. Maybe if they listen to more of Shit They Don't Tell You, they would get there faster.
That's true.
Okay. Anonymous, please. Spoiled older sibling is the title. Hi. I'm hoping to get some advice on how to deal with a spoiled older sibling. She doesn't even say hi, Nikki or Steve. She just hi.
Wow.
Give me advice now.
Very curt.
You give me advice.
Give it to me.
I give you question. You give me advice.
Hurry.
Okay. I'm a female in her late 20s who moved back home a year ago along with her older brother in his mid-30s. Our parents are generous enough to not charge us for rent or groceries while living at home, so I cook dinner most nights and do the majority of the house cleaning in return. We often invite my brother to eat with us, but because he's a picky eater, he often buys fast food on his own. I often find myself picking up after my brother, and I feel like his parent repeatedly asking him to do basic things like not leaving dirty dishes and empty pizza boxes out for days at a time. Oh. It caused ant problems a few times. Our parents will ask him repeatedly to do chores, and my brother will either throw an attitude or complain, so they have somewhat given up.
This guy's mid-20s?
Mid-30s.
Holy fucking shit.
My brother was dating his girlfriend for 4 years, and she really went above and beyond taking care of him. So we frequently reminded my brother that he has to reciprocate, but he didn't. He moved in with her and her parents in their home because it was closer to his job. We warned him not to move in if he wasn't planning to propose anytime soon, especially because they were a more traditional Asian household, but he shrugged it off like we didn't know what we were talking about. 6 months later, he quit his job and moved back home and asked our mom to buy him an iPad so she had a way to use Wi-Fi at her house when he stayed over, since he would have to use her old PC. Obviously, my mom laughed and said to buy it himself. He later had the audacity to ask me if I had any cute friends I could introduce him to help your brother out, but they should also have a great personality and a steady job. But he was still in his relationship. What? That request made me feel uncomfortable, and he felt like some real loser shit. His girlfriend eventually dumped him last year, good for her, because she felt he took her for granted and wasn't serious about advancing their relationship. He never proposed, and we don't blame her. He now wants to buy a house, but mortgage payments on top of other living costs would leave him very little wiggle room financially, so my parents suggested that he finds a roommate and use their rent to help pay the mortgage. But he doesn't want to live with a roommate. When we then asked jokingly who's going to clean his new home, and he said he would do it because he would be paying for his own house. But he doesn't have to clean our house now because he's not paying for it. As a side note, my parents are fronting him $200,000 as a down payment.
I knew it.
For his own home.
But mom wouldn't buy him an iPad.
Oh my gosh.
Mom, you got it flipped, bro. Get the kid an iPad and then be like, nah, I bought you your fucking iPad. I'm not getting your house.
To be fair, how gracious of you, my parents were strict on him academically, but didn't really reinforce other things. So it does make sense why he wouldn't listen now. He's also old enough, but he's also old enough to know better. My parents have come to terms with how he is and still actively try to have a better relationship with him, and I probably should too. I figure once he moves out on his own, he will become more mature and independent, but I worry about how it will play out in the future. He says that when our parents are old, that I have to look after them, and he's not going to do it. Obviously, things can change, and he's still family, but I'm worried he might not have a relationship in the future, seeing how strained ours is already, and with what little respect I have for him left as an adult. I hope you guys can give some advice on how to handle strained family relationships. Sincerely, tired of shit. I think it goes beyond sibling, I don't know, unbalanced sibling treatment, spoiled older sibling treatment. I think that your brother might have like some mental issues.
Like depression, maybe?
No, or maybe like a more clinical issue. Well, I mean, depression can be clinical, but like maybe like some social issues. Yeah. Where he doesn't understand the way politeness and humans behave.
Well, it sounds to me like he excuse makes like for why he's rude at home, and then he says like, well, I'll clean up when it's mine. So it's like,
yeah, but the way he just bluntly says it like that means he doesn't really understand what's disrespectful about that or understand other people's feelings involved. It sounds like he might have trouble understanding social cues.
Well, maybe, yeah. And I just think he's been coddled like way too much.
Well, that too, but I mean,
and that's really bad for people.
I know people that are coddled and definitely have a skewed perspective of how things should be and a certain sense of entitlement. But this sounds beyond that.
Yeah, for sure.
This sounds like it's severe.
Yeah. I think I don't even know what to do here other than your brother needs to go to therapy or some shit.
Yeah, your brother needs to see a professional, I think. I think he might need to get diagnosed or something. I mean, that's like above and beyond.
Yeah.
Like you're mid-30s and you're that delusional that like you're in a relationship, living with your parents, telling your sister to hook her up with her cute friends, but they have to have a good personality and a steady job. And you're also in a relationship while living at your parents' house.
He just sounds like a fucking lazy
Either
dude.
He's trolling or he's like very inept socially.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't even think it's a mental thing. I think he's a fucking lazy ass.
Because like you have an uncle like that.
Yeah, I do.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
that's what I'm saying. I know someone like this.
You think it's from coddling?
Yeah, fuck yeah. My uncle was coddled so hard that he literally lives with my grandma now.
Right. And he's like in his
60s?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 60-something.
Wow.
Wild shit, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like some of these things, though, it just feels, I don't know. And I don't know your brother and I don't know your life. And maybe you're just telling it from a biased perspective too, because
Sure,
he's
affecting you in this way.
Right, but yeah, it just sounds like a more extreme version of it.
Sounds like you love your brother. You have your reasons for loving your brother. Try to focus on those things, right? The good things as for why you like your brother, but then don't let him walk all over you or step on you or hurt you.
Yes, agreed. Good luck.
Glad he's not my brother.
Yeah, I mean, that's this, man, like I really wish parents would get that. I know a lot of parents are like, well, I don't want my kids to struggle. And that's why they coddle them growing up.
Yeah, of course.
But it really damages them and their ability to be a responsible, functioning adult later. Because they think everything, they should be taken care of all the time.
And how can they deal with a crisis? Like, say he fucks up and the parents aren't in the picture anymore, like, because they're gone.
Well, they expect other people to take care of them.
Yeah, right.
To step in and take care of them.
So say he fucks up on his house or the mortgage goes under or something, like, he's fucked. He's not going to have the tools to get out of whatever situation he's in. Like, man.
All right, this one's very interesting, and we have to move on to it because I'm like, I need to know this one. Please help, boyfriend paid for nudes is the title. Okay, my boyfriend and I have been together for a year and a half. We moved pretty quickly and already lived together, and I'm 4 months pregnant. Wow. We've had a pretty good relationship for the most part. Yeah, congrats. But he often hides his phone from me and seems a bit secretive at times. Ooh, bad sign. We are friends on Venmo, and I clicked on his account and noticed he paid a random girl, and the caption was smiley face, like the actual like colon in parentheses. It's an emoticon, if you will. I asked him about it, and he originally said it was for a coworker who he bought a growler of beer from. I did some digging and noticed her Insta was all pics of her practically naked. I confronted him again and he admitted he paid her for naked pictures. He apologized and said it has nothing to do with me and he was just bored, which is weird because we have amazing sex. He has a history of cheating in other relationships and now I'm super paranoid he's hiding stuff from me. What should I do? Do I ask him if he's hiding other things? It's all I can think about, but I'm worried he will just keep lying. Any advice you have would be extremely helpful. Thank you. Love you guys. Okay.
We love you.
I love you too.
We're very proud of you for being pregnant. That's fucking dope.
Yeah, that's dope. He might be acting out of fear, like, it's a big life change.
He might want to have an escape or some shit.
Exactly.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah. But
just make sure that, you got to trust him, right? Like, you got to make sure that you trust this guy if you're going to go forward with him and stuff.
I do believe that it doesn't have anything to do with you, though.
I do too.
Or your sex life.
I do too.
It's definitely his problem that he needs to work on.
Right. So as long as you trust him going forward that he's not going to do this again or whatever like that, and like check in with him, by the way, like he's the one who messed up, right?
Right.
So the idea of checking in with him is just you trying to rebuild your trust over time.
And then he knows like why. And it's not like
right.
Like it's not that your sex life is bad and he's like looking to be satisfied in that area. It's that he's disrespecting you and he's doing something out of quote unquote boredom that's hugely disrespectful to your relationship.
By the way, that girl who he got nudes from, she'll always see your relationship and go, oh, he like has a wandering eye, he like sucks or whatever. Like the whole image,
it taints it.
Yeah, it's tainted. And you know that. So that's why you're talking to us. But I'm just saying that this does have a ripple effect if it
continues.
Yeah, and if you don't establish the trust with him, make sure that he does know that he fucked up.
And
that
really put your foot down.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's big.
Yeah, because he can't just brush it off and be like, oh, I was bored.
I was so bored. Like, are you kidding me?
It wasn't like, it's not something that I like wanted to do.
It's just nudes. Like you can Google nudes.
Sorry.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a tough situation too. Especially a year and a half is like usually the make or break it point, but obviously you guys have committed to more than that. But it's usually the time where you would see the little cracks in your relationship that would need to be fixed or worked on in some way. And yeah, that sucks. That sucks, man.
Sorry, man.
Sorry, dude.
Sorry, bro.
Sorry, pal.
Sorry, guy.
Wish your dude wasn't being a shitty dude.
Yeah, buddy.
But he could be scared that like, oh my gosh, we've only been dating for a year and a half and it's moving so fast and she's already pregnant and like, I'm still a man that like needs to look at sexy girls.
Yeah.
It could be that.
I could be
don't know.
desired or whatever the fuck.
It definitely he needs to know that this cannot be something chronic, that this cannot be like an ongoing thing. That
He also needs
happens.
to know that paying for nudes is fucking weak sauce.
Yeah.
Like, who pays for that shit? I'd be more ashamed of that. I'm like,
True.
that's like guys who pay for porn. I'm like, that is embarrassing.
I know. The only time that I've understood that is when it's like someone they've been following for a long time, or like they feel like they know them.
They've
like,
been influenced.
yeah, maybe it's a cam girl, or maybe it's an influencer who just started an OnlyFans or
Right.
something like that they are willing to pay for it. But I mean, there's a lot of free porn out there
Yeah,
if you
man,
just like
come
want to
on,
get your
dude.
rocks
Don't
off.
pay for this shit.
Yeah.
Don't you be out there
So,
shelling out for
That's
this.
actually what I'd be worried about, is if it is someone that he knows in real life and he's paying her for nudes.
True.
That's weird.
True.
Yeah, because then there's more than just a physical connection, but an emotional one that he's developed because he knows her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gets slippery. But I hope you check him. Just make sure that you put your foot down and check him.
And wreck him if you gotta.
Yeah. All right, Accutane. This sounds up your alley.
All right, let's go.
Hey guys, really love your podcast. It's great. Thank you. In the episode I just listened to, Steve mentions ordering Accutane online. I've done 2 cycles already and had no issues, so I would like to do a third one without having to go through the whole process. Would it be possible to know the website you ordered it from?
It doesn't exist anymore.
Damn.
I would tell you because I am that pro Accutane.
Yes.
But yeah, it doesn't exist anymore.
Dang.
The feds cracked down on a lot of that stuff. I was doing this in 2007 is when I got illicit Accutane. And then I had to go full out of pocket, which cost me thousands of dollars in 2013 when I was getting a flare-up again. And then you were with me at the time, and I would get it. I would have to go do labs and all that kind of stuff. You have to do blood work and all this stuff. So
And they have to make you sign your life away being like, yo, you could have suicidal thoughts.
And I'm like, oh my God, I have suicidal thoughts because I've had acne my whole life, but that's fine. And yeah, I'm for those of you who are newer to the show, I'm very pro Accutane. So it changed my life. I did 4 tours of Accutane, and I love it. I love that shit. It's a miracle drug to me.
Yeah. All right, sorry he can't help you with that website.
I'm so sorry.
But get it the legit way.
You're gonna have to go to
It's
legit.
worth it. How do I forgive someone who fucked me over? Hey, Nikki and Steve, love the podcast. Several months ago, I got into an argument with a guy friend. It was a small and petty argument that didn't warrant his response. He messaged me on my birthday and said that he wanted to plan our other friend's birthday party. I got irritated, saying I wished he would at least tell me happy birthday because it was my birthday. He told me sorry, but he ended his apology by saying he had no time for people who felt entitled. I told him that he could never just admit to being in the wrong. After this, he blocked me on all social media and refused to talk to me. 2 weeks after our initial argument, I approached him and apologized, even though I know that he's in the wrong. I felt like it wasn't something to have a messy falling out with over, given how small the argument was. He responded by saying that he didn't want to talk about it, and he brushed it off. He continued to ghost me for 10 months. I eventually reached out to him. I asked him that he at least apologize for what he did to me, the ghosting, not the argument, because the fact that he ghosted me for so long over a stupid-ass argument and refused to communicate after that was hurtful and immature. He responded by saying that he had moved on and that he would not apologize because it was like opening an old wound for him, even though he admitted to a mutual friend that he knew he was in the wrong, but he just didn't want to deal with it anymore.
What a pain in the ass.
All
this
of my
guy
friends
is.
have always disliked this dude since the very beginning, and they told me that I shouldn't be his friend because he's selfish and immature. This was before we even got into an argument. They just always hated him. I simply wanted an apology, and he wouldn't even give me that. At this point, I've decided that he's just a fucked up human, and I might never get an apology. So how do I forgive someone who isn't sorry? You guys have talked about this before, about how people fucked you over in the past, but did those people ever apologize? If not, how did you get over it and stop being pissed at them? Thanks so much. Please keep me anonymous. Love you guys.
You don't stop being pissed at them. That's the beauty of it. Okay. Yeah, I carry it with me to this day. But it's just not. It's not a destructive thing that gets in my way.
That's one person's perspective
Thank you.
of it. I have learned that forgiveness is for you, not for them. So for me, carrying that toxicity in my heart, like carrying that toxic energy, whether it's conscious or subconsciously, like just whenever I saw that person, like I would see them, they would pop up in other people's social medias that I was following, and it hurt me every time. And if I didn't forgive them and truly take some time out to be like, I forgive you for what you did to me, even if they'll never apologize, they'll never own up to it, they'll never accept responsibility. It alleviated that weight for me, that I don't have to carry that around, that I don't have to carry around what they did to me.
You're not always going to get a perfect period at the end of the sentence where it's like, this person will apologize to you. Somebody could die before they apologize to you. And then what are you going to do? You're just fucking swirling around like, I never get my apology. Like, it's a one-way street, man.
And that happens to people.
Yeah, for sure.
Where they fuck up more than that.
And they don't get closure.
Yeah.
So you have to, the closure is a one-way valve, man.
It's like at least for me, this is how I was able to forgive somebody, even though it was pretty hard, because I feel like when people don't do the right thing, when they don't just like man up and fucking be an adult human being and confront you and be like, hey, sorry I did that, you know?
Correct.
That I lose all respect for them. And that's what makes me pissed off, is that I'm just like, I can't believe I respected you enough to get hurt by you. Mm-hmm. And so what helped me is just understanding that they're not in a place in their life where they are that mature. Like, they haven't grown to that place in their life, and that's sad. And I more so pity them than I am angry at them. Yeah, and then I'm like, I forgive you, you sorry human being.
Yeah, you don't have to dumb yourself down to their level and wait for their stupid mind to come up with an apology for you. Yeah. You have to write them off a little bit.
Yeah, and go, be like, no. Well, if you were a bigger human being, then you would have done this, but you didn't, and so I forgive you. I don't have time for people like you. And so, you're forgiven. Bye. Correct. Goodbye. And then they don't exist anymore.
Move on. Yeah. Look at me. Move
And now
on.
Genuinely, when I see them pop up in social media or whatever, I don't feel anger. I don't feel any sort of tension. I just am like, oh, hope they're doing well.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, I know you don't.
I really don't. Especially one of the people that you're talking about right now. Uh-huh. I only want the worst for them.
Yeah, I think that energy, I did that for, before in my past, and that energy just hurt me.
I get it. Yeah. But for me, I see it. I see it behind their eyes. Every time I see them, I see it. And I'm like, oh, life's getting you. Life's getting you good, finally. A little bit of revenge.
I think the less I pay attention to them, eventually their own karma will catch up to them, but I don't have to be on the sidelines watching it.
Oh, it's catching up, girl. It's catching up. I'm on the sidelines with a big fucking foam #1 hand, and I'm like, woo, let's fucking go. This is fun for me.
Damn. You're like watching them walk the plank off into their own demise.
Yep. I got fucking T-shirts on. I got the sport thermos. I got the whole thing. I'm a big fan. Big fan of the team.
Good for you. Yeah. I don't know. So there's 2 routes to go. I mean, for Steve, anger fuels him. For me, it brings me down. So I would rather just live and let live and let people have their own paths to becoming more developed people.
I would say that 95% of all my trolling videos were shots fired at somebody. It's great fuel. Yeah. If you use it in a productive way.
Yeah, or a type of person. If it wasn't
but exactly. Yeah. It wasn't necessarily a specific person, but a type of person that has pissed me off in the past. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So 2 ways to go about it. Choose your path, choose your destiny. I think that for me, forgiveness is more healing for you than it will be for them.
I think that forgiveness is I don't know.
Is a river in Idaho?
It's a dragon, I guess, that exists, but I don't believe in it.
All right. This one is mental illness and opening up to the family. Hi, Nikki and Steve. I'm a big fan, and I've looked up to you and the JK crew like older siblings for like 6 years, so I need some advice. Okay. I'm 20 years old. Wow, so you started watching when you were like 14? That's cray. I'm 20 years old, but had this issue almost all my whole life, and it's gotten a lot worse. P.S. I'm sorry about it being long. I have no control. My mind just goes when I'm starting writing. Oh my gosh, this is really long. Okay, I'm gonna work through it. Okay. To start off, my mom is the closest relationship I have in my family. I don't quite feel that much towards anyone else. So when I started opening up to my mom in 8th grade and developing a good relationship through the years, you could say it was a big deal. It was like you're the only one that knows a secret, and everyone around would come close to killing you for it. We went through a lot of the same struggles, whether it was something she also went through growing up or it was growing incredibly mentally or physically ill from living with her ex-boyfriend for 17 years together. I opened up to her about a lot of things and she would listen to me and understand my pain. There is nothing but anxiety that runs through me when I'm with my family, and she knows that. She knows how much her ex-boyfriend mentally and emotionally hurt my brother and me, but recently, maybe for the past 6 months to a year, she's been different. She takes their side more when it comes to me being called lazy or called bad things because I smoke weed. She doesn't ask me if I'm okay anymore, and when she does, she doesn't hear me out. I understand dealing with a 20-year-old living at home is hard, and I hate it, but also I have so much trauma and mental issues that I haven't been able to deal with. We've been moved out of my mom's ex-boyfriend's house for 2 years, and my breakdowns have gotten worse and worse. The pro of living here is that I have a little more room to have more good days, and I don't have that many triggers, but the downfalls haven't gotten better. And a month into moving in, I was drinking heavy again and ended up telling them I wanted to kill myself and I need therapy or rehab. They told me I didn't want that and now don't understand why I'm in the same position 2 years later. It makes it very hard to work any jobs because no matter how hard I try, my anxiety with customers or public areas skyrockets so high that I start feeling suicidal. I try my hardest to open up to my mom and try to set up doctor's appointments to get checked out and maybe get some medication/therapy. She says, yeah, and then forgets or completely brushes me off when I ask about it again. I guess I should add she's also a functioning alcoholic, so almost everything she says to me right now seems like a lie, since one night she'll be supporting me in something and the next time I bring it up, she is almost pissed at me. All she wants to do is talk about guys that she wants to hook up with or guys that she's talking to at the moment. I used to open up to her about my sex life and would fight back if she tried to shame me about my body count or something, and I made her into a lust-sick whore. If I had a dime for every time I've had to nod and grin at this woman's phone screen because she's showing me a 50-something-year-old guy, ugly-ass bikers, yeehaw motherfuckers she found on Facebook's dating app, I'd have a lot of fucking dimes. Anyways, sorry. So what should I say to her? I'm so fucking depressed over it. Thanks. Love you guys.
You need professional help, for sure.
Yes.
And
your mom needs professional help.
Your mom needs professional help, and you're not going to take no for an answer. And really, that's all you can do is just push it every time you see her. Push it.
Yeah.
I mean, if it can't be a conversation that can be skirted anymore. There's no carpet to pick up to sweep this under, right?
Anyway.
Point being, professional help.
Yeah, definitely.
You need it.
You're 20 years old, so you can make your own decisions. You don't have to rely on her to take you to a doctor's office. Maybe it has something to do with money or finances or something. But I mean, scrape together. If you have a job, so I mean, scrape together $100 and really see a psychologist or a therapist or a psychiatrist or someone.
And don't forget about the suicide hotline. It's completely free.
Yes.
Like it sounds like you've had those thoughts, and that's kind of the road that you feel like you maybe are on.
And we'll list it in the description too. You can call that.
Yeah.
Because it sounds pretty serious.
And it's not hokey either. That's a good service.
Yeah.
Like you can really get something out of that if you feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
And we're rooting for you.
Totally. And then also, it sounds like your mom's an alcoholic or a functioning alcoholic from what you've said. She also has this thing that it's like the friend mom thing where like she's your best friend, but she's not really being a mom to you. Like she's not being a parent. And obviously you feel like a lot of your issues have stemmed from trauma that you had from her ex-boyfriend. So you didn't feel like she protected you and did a parent job of making you feel safe in your own home. So she needs to get help for that, for sure. But also you need to get help because you were raised by a friend mom rather than a mom, like a maternal figure.
Yeah, maybe you don't feel like you have anywhere to go, right? Because of that. Like your house is almost your depression zone.
Yeah.
So if you can find a place that is not that your house, I think that's a very good place to start as well, if you can get there.
Yeah.
But something to think about.
Yeah,
but
something with people though.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But
professional help first and foremost.
Professional help for sure. Yeah. I mean, I can't stress that enough. I think that any way you got to cut it, if you got to take public transportation to get there, whatever it is that is stopping you from getting professional help. There's even organizations that can help you finance professional help. So,
and I promise you that as low as you might feel right now, you will get out of it. You will. You just have to take that first step, and that's the hardest one.
Yeah.
So we had a listener take their own life a couple months ago.
Right.
And, they're missed. So don't be one of those. We love you and we're rooting for you.
Yeah. And definitely check out that hotline that's in the description if you really feel that way and you're having those thoughts. And we hope that I don't think that we could actually give you the help that you need.
No, you need the real deal shit.
You need the real stuff.
Real deal shit.
Yes. We
try to steer people down the right path.
We can't help with that. We're wise men.
Right.
But we are not wise enough for this situation.
No.
Yeah. We know our boundaries as wise men.
But we got love for you.
Yeah, we do. You are loved. You deserve love. You are worthy. Go seek help. Professional help. All right. I think that's a good array of advice and topics that we've touched on today. I hope that helped out all of you that submitted questions and then anyone that could relate to any of those people, because I feel like I try to pick topics, or I try to find titles at least that are something that I think a lot of people could relate to. And I hope that did something for you. And if you like this podcast, please share it with your friends.
Yes.
Please rate
Spread
it
it
on
around.
iTunes. Give us
Helps a lot.
we need all the help. Please, we need all the help.
And, we want to keep as many listeners as we can. The reason why I just said that, we want to keep as many listeners as we can so that we can continue selling ads to them.
We do want to sell you ads.
We just need as many of you as possible to
we
sell as many ads as possible.
We told the advertisers,
Yep.
we're going to sell these ads.
We got a certain number we're going to meet.
We are going to sell these.
And we need as many people as possible. Thank you very much.
I honestly have never advertised something that I didn't actually like.
Same.
Yeah. So whatever we said at the break, we trust it.
And we love it.
We love it. Okay. So eat dicks.
And we love it more than all of you as well.
I don't know about that.
This is how I cope.
Oh, okay.
This is how I
Okay.
cope.
That's nice. Good coping mechanism.
Thank you.
All right. Well, also subscribe so you don't miss any of this, and we'll see you next time.
Bye. We love you. Bye.